Show, giving away an Apple iPod thanks to our friends at AOL for Broadband. Now, if you want to get a free trial of AOL for Broadband, give them a call. 1-800-297-1025.
Or you can win one here easy enough. Just tell us an iKnow statement, something that Fez and I would like to know. Richard, what do you got for us?
Hey, Richard.
Hey, if you ever want to make sure you get your choice of meal on a flight, if you're flying in business or first, sit up front on even-numbered flights, sit in the back on odd-numbered flights. They serve even first and odd on the odd or last on the odd flights.
All right, that's perfect. Yeah, you'll go into the finals for that one. That's interesting to me. Helen, you're on Ron and Fez. Yeah.
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
What do you got for us?
I know that the twist ties on the top of the loaf of bread at the grocery store indicate what day it was dropped off and what day it was baked. So you know, if you get a white twist tie, the bread was baked and dropped off on Monday, so you can keep from getting a stale loaf of bread.
And you know any other days?
Monday's white,
yeah.
Tuesday's orange, Wednesday's red, Thursday's yellow, and Friday's green.
Now, how did you find this out, Helen?
One of my girlfriends told me. She had worked at a grocery store during college, and she kind of passed along little helpful hints.
Now, is that universal at every single store?
As far as I know, it is.
All right, this is great. Thanks, Helen. You're going into the finals. I like that one a lot.
She seems like the insider blowing the lid off the bread industry here.
Well, that might be a little too far, but she was helpful. Harley, what do you got for us?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah. Good.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I'm a police officer, and I wanted to say that thing about the touching the hood of the car is they teach you that, but not everybody does that. But I know that the only way to lower your blood alcohol volume after you've been drinking is to eat. It's the only way. People put pennies in their mouths. Some people put twigs in their mouths. It absolutely does nothing. You got to have a sandwich with you if you're drinking and driving. Well, I mean, you've got to have something to eat because the only way, it's got to be blood alcohol volume, the absorption. If that's why you'll see guys, people get pulled over after or before they go to the Denny's or wherever they go middle of the night, but after they leave there, normally they've had something to eat and it'll settle them down and lower the blood alcohol volume.
Someone once told me that if you're getting a breathalyzer test, make yourself burp because that'll throw off the results.
No, it doesn't. Those things are so calibrated, so well calibrated by the state, it makes no difference. If you blow into that, even the minor amount, you'll still get. There's just no way to beat it.
Right,
there really is no way to beat it.
All right, helpful stuff. Thanks, Harley. You're going into the finals. Here's Jennifer. You're on the air. How are you, Jennifer?
Fine, thanks. How are you all?
I'm good.
I know two things, actually. The first is that if you ever have to take a multiple-choice test, like at the DMV or at school, and you don't know the answer, that you should always choose B, that B is most often the correct answer.
How often do you think, like about 40% on it?
It's actually not quite that high. It's about 29% as opposed to the lower 20s for A, C, and D.
Okay.
I have one more thing that I know that I'd like to share with you.
Okay, go ahead, darling.
That is that the girls that stand in the department stores that spray you down with perfume when you walk by, they make really good money.
Is that right?
That's right. They make terrific money for doing that.
That's kind of interesting. They're always kind of hot. And then you sit there and you get a smell on you that you're not really crazy about. All right, good stuff.
Yeah, but the girl that sold it to you was good looking, so maybe you'll buy it.
Yeah, I've done worse. Yeah, I'm going to put you into the finals. I like that one a lot.
I run from. That stuff gives me a headache.
You have a problem with smells.
Yeah, I don't see well, I don't hear real great, but my smell, boy, that's huge.
Nadell. I have no idea what name that you're under, so I'll try it again. Hello, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
what's your name, sir?
It's Nadell.
Nadell, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I know that the worst time to get gas is when the tanker's at the station refilling the tanks because it stirs up all the sediments and dirt that could be bad for your car.
I didn't know that.
And also that because of strict U.S. regulations, that there's not really a difference between, let's say, an Exxon or a Wawa. So those people paying $2-something for Exxon could get the same gas for $1.90 at Wawa.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you'll go into the finals. Not so much for the Wawa, but I did like the angle of it kicks things up. Here's Bill. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you want to beat drunk drive? I know. You don't have to do no tests when the cops pull you over.
Yeah.
You just get out of your car, you give them light, that's it. They won't do those tests, you don't got nothing. Fifth Amendment.
Fifth Amendment. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one.
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment. Most states don't take your license. You do not take the DUI test. They have the opportunity to take your license away from you. Remember what they taught us when we were kids. It's a privilege, not a right. They don't have to let you drive a car. And because of that, they can say, all right, you don't want to play by the rules? You just can't drive anymore.
And nothing's going to make you look more drunk than climbing out of the car screaming Fifth Amendment.
Fifth is all he knows. The amendment part he's guessing. All he knows is he had a fifth. Roland, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
I know that if I'm ever on a flight that is being hijacked, if I can make it to the cockpit and turn the transponder to 7700, basically everybody on the ground is going to know what's going on without me getting on the radio and hopefully without the hijackers knowing.
Well, how are you going to know what a transponder is?
I wouldn't know what the brakes were.
It's basically the only thing in the cockpit that has a four-number sequence. So if it's like normally they'll give flights a specific number, like 1200, 1231, something like that. But if you put that first number on 7, it's going to light you up like a Christmas tree to everybody who's using FAA radar. If they're going to know something's wrong, that's basically...
I'll put you in, but I have the feeling that we're not going to be able to find this thing.
That he saw it on Airwolf.
Here's one from Quinny Fezzi. I know what the gaffer is on a movie set. You always see that? Do you know what that one is?
No.
A gaffer is the head lighting electrician, and the best boy is the gaffer's assistant. Now, a lot of those names, I've found this out before, that you say are like nautical names. It's like sailing terms, because in New York, in the theater, a lot of people that would work backstage were sailors that were in town on leave for a while because there was so much rope work to do. They had the natural skills to know how to make knots, pull sets up and down. It's not unlike actually sailing. And then they use some of those same terminology, and that's why you see a lot of that odd terminology in the theater.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah. Well,
I study theater.
There's so much you hang around backstage hoping to meet the guy who's in Boy from Down Under or whatever that thing, the Boy from Oz. That's not exactly studying theater.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. He's huge. Huge! With a U. No H. Just huge.
He's going to be hosting the Tonys.
Tony's, is that a friend of yours?
No, the Tony Awards.
Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
I know that whenever you're drinking and you snore Coke, you'll be okay, like you didn't drink anything.
Well, it's not going to show up that way in a DUI test.
Hey, this is just from friends that I saw in a competition who could last the longest, and these guys would go to the bathroom and do a couple of lines, and they would come out like nothing happened to them.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying you can drink more alcohol if you do cocaine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone who parties knows that one. But it's not going to help you beat a DUI. Is there anything else you'll get a DUI and probably a holding thing for having coke on you? I think he's going to teach me, hey, if you want to stay up all night, do coke. I get it. Here's Frank, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ron and Fez?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I know that if you ever get busted for picking up a prostitute, you plead no contest. It's going to cost you a little bit more in court costs, but it keeps your name out of the papers.
Got to keep your name out of the paper no matter what happens. Good point. All right. No contest. I'm not saying I did. I ain't saying I didn't. She's just a hooah. Let's not make a big deal out of it. Bob, what do you got for us?
Yeah. Hi. How are you? I know that you can get fresh pizza any day of the week because we get.
Thanks, Bob. You're an interesting guy. I could talk to you for seconds. Seriously, I wish we had more time. I wish my life was even longer so I could finish the sentence with you.
We have very fresh pizza here.
It's Sid calling from the other room, all happy with himself. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy.
I know you shouldn't get laser eye surgery in the summer.
Why is that?
the higher humidity makes it harder to calibrate the machines, and it's much more likely you'll need a follow-up procedure.
All right, helpful hint there. Thank you. You're going to the finals. I like that one a lot. I hope it was true, because I'm like, I can't go in. It's August. I got to wait till it snows. First snow, I go in and get my laser eyes done. Mark, what do you got for us?
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
I know that when you go to a fast food joint, ask for fries with no salt. You get fresh fries, and you get to control the amount of salt you want to put on them.
Yeah, but then it's no longer a fast food joint. Then it's slow food. And if you're going to do that, you might as well go to a diner. When you're saying to yourself, I'm going to order special so they have to make it fresh, then you're better off going to a place that makes it fresh and better.
The people at McDonald's don't special order there. McDonald's does their burgers one way. If you want special orders, Burger King will do that or someone else.
You get annoyed if you're in a line and some people start ordering special?
Yeah, I've seen people ask for, like, more onions and then for extra onions. Then they, for some reason, get in the front of the line again to say, you call this extra onions? And they want even more than that.
You know, have you ever been to McDonald's, like, right at the end of breakfast when they're switching over, and just like, you're like, please find me an old sausage before you give me a new fresh hamburger. I don't understand what it is about our taste. We're like, oh, it's too early to eat a hamburger. Give me one of those sausage sandwiches right next to it, though.
Yeah, at that point, before you actually see the menu roll across the top like it's a baseball game advertisement, at that point, you're just hoping, all right, well, you don't have, like, the sausage McMuffin left? I'll take the sausage biscuit. Then you're just like, please, there's some more. If I could just have whatever you have left.
Yeah, like suddenly it's last plane out, and you're now willing to take anything. But why do you think that we make such a big thing of, oh, I could never eat a hamburger first thing in the morning? It's very odd that we even think that way, because it's the same type of thing. It's not like a hamburger doesn't digest in the morning and a sausage and egg sandwich does. But we've just got this breakfast food, lunch food, dinner food locked into our heads like maniacs.
Then it was always weird or like even a special treat when my mother would make us breakfast for dinner. Did you ever have that?
It's exactly what they call it, too. We're having breakfast for dinner. Well, I had that because being Catholic, on Friday, the No Meat Friday thing, there'd be a lot of times if you were like, I hate fish, please, enough with the fish, she'd give you pancakes. And that was like, oh, my God, this is the greatest thing humans have done. You'd be a little kid, you're just happy, and there's syrup, and there's joy. There's literally joy over having pancakes.
I guess just the fact that it was different. The fact it's dark out and you're having your breakfast.
Well, face it, a pancake is good no matter when you get it. The Pancake, International House of Pancakes, they figured out that terrific fact. You've got to have a pancake anytime you want it. And a pancake is a weird thing, too. I mean, it's just really not that different from cake. And yet, you're having it for breakfast, where no one's going to go up and say, just give me a slice of cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a donut for breakfast. Oh, this is good. But if someone said, oh, it's breakfast, why you have a slice of this cake? You're like, what am I, an animal? Am I some sick, crazy animal that eats cake for breakfast?
I've seen, like, my niece go and we go to breakfast after church or something, and she'll order the chocolate chip pancakes. So you're getting all these chocolate chips melted in your pancakes, the thing's covered with whipped cream, and that's acceptable. But if she sat there with a bag of Chips Ahoy, she would look like a maniac, and her mom would look like a crazy animal who doesn't know how to raise a kid. Well,
she won't put any kind of... she just left her in the sun without putting anything on her. It's terrible. Just terrible. Herbie will be our last caller. Herbie, how are you?
How you doing, gentlemen?
What do you got for us?
Well, I know that if you want to win a radio contest, you don't call at the beginning because it's too easy to be eliminated down the line. So you have a much better chance to call later on in the contest.
Thank you, Laszlo.
You don't call last either.
See you, buddy. Did you know that was Laszlo? Did you let him on and said?
I didn't know it was Laszlo.
Did you? Are you the one who took Herbie's call?
Yes.
You got to start and learn the lingo out there. Herbie is always a fake name. And if it's not Laszlo, it's going to be Lutard, who we haven't heard from in forever. That went out when Fez was going to do his weekly dinner for 5 that went nowhere, and nowhere fast. What happened to dinner for 5?
That was, I've been trying to avoid it because Sid wants to go.
Why not take Sid? Why not take Fade to Black with you? What's wrong with that?
And White Riot was supposed to set up production for me that I haven't heard back from.
What's the problem, White?
Whitey.
I don't know. There's not a problem. It's coming.
Next lap?
I would prefer not to.
Next lap?
I don't feel like it's my decision, but if I have a say, I'd like to say no thanks.
You got one you owe me anyway. And I want it on a day that you're really not feeling well. What is it, Sid? You're waving your hand like it matters. Like what you have to say matters to me.
It matters to me.
What does?
I love
get fresh pizza every day. It's really good. It's good to tie your shoes because that way if you're walking, you don't lose a shoe.
What is it, Sid? What do you want to say? Something dumb?
Yes.
What is it?
I love to eat steak and hamburgers for breakfast. Any sort of meat product.
Jeez, how do you keep the weight off?
How do you keep it on?
Now, my brother, always big on steak and eggs. Loves steak and eggs in the morning. Or late drunk food for him. Come here. Don't walk away. You say something crazy and you leave. Will your mom make you a hamburger or a steak for breakfast?
No, it's mostly leftovers from last night.
So you'll eat a cold steak?
Yes. I don't bother heating anything up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like me.
Yeah, I don't heat anything up.
Not only do we say marry the same way, we both like cold food.
What are we waiting for? Why don't you two get married?
Can I stay over?
Yeah, you can go over one night and stay at Fez's house.
One night.
Why don't you do this? It's pizza night with you and Sid, since you're not doing dinner for 5. Let's see how much Sid can eat night.
It's pizza for 2.
Yeah. Why don't you ever get together with Sid, Perry, the whole gang, and some of the chicks?
I think it'd be fun.
Who's Perry with now?
I don't know.
You know everything about him. Don't tell me that.
There's more than one, I'm sure.
What a life he lives. Our Perry lives the life.
Sid, what do you do? Just stand on the sidelines and watch Perry?
Yes.
And, try to pick up, just live vicariously?
Oh, I try to coach and give advice from the sideline.
That doesn't work.
All right, Fezzy. There's Perry. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, just letting you know, the only one I'm with now is Sid.
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. He's Robin to your Batman. He really is.
Fez, we'll be over, as if this weekend's good, we'll be over. We're ready to rock over at Fez's place.
All right, let's play their song one more time, Perry's new song.
I know you want to win an iPod. Call in and tell Ron and Fez what you know. It's time to play iKnow. iKnow.
That sounded really kind of sad. Rather than an ice bag happy, you're going to win an iPod. It was kind of a heartbreaking folk song.
I apologize.
But
you know what? We it's an actually happy song if you're in the right mood.
I know you're going to win an iPod.
Next one will be so happy we'll all get naked and dance throughout the building.
I guess you'll have to throw out your old record player. Record player is done. So many good years, now it's done for an iPod. A real sad iPod.
I'm a sad individual, but I'm getting happier every day.
You know what I noticed about you? You're ponytailing it lately.
I'm sick of looking like a caveman, like a freak.
Yeah. You done with that?
I'm not feeling like a caveman or a freak lately, so let's, try and clean it up.
You want to shave it up?
You know what I'd like to do?
Yeah.
Maybe do a little makeover before my big court appearance in July.
When's that?
And I'm saying take it all off, and July 13th we go in for sentencing.
And that's for the pot thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Who do you mean by we? You and Sid?
Oh, I like
his attorney.
Your
Honor.
I was amazed by Wendell, man, so I'm saying just take it all off. I'd let Wonder Boy. I saw him shave a young man in here one night.
Yeah, it was the guy's lap. He shaved his lap. That was no man. That was Donnie. Wonder Boy's been hanging out with this kid, Donnie, and it seems like he's running your life.
No, it's a person named Ani.
I wasn't going to do that, see? You went and gave out real names. When you know, that just bugs her. It just bugs her.
Oh, I think hers okay with. I just can't give out anybody else's real information.
Well, you'll be making a diabetic shake tonight to make up for this one, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, that's what started iKnow. I know. Gonna win an iPod. All right, let's play this.
Here's the winner of the iPod. For iKnow, it's Richard, who gave us the plan on how to get your meal served first on an airline, depending on how you sat in an even or odd number seat.
Wow. Fezzy, I was thinking you were going to go with the bread girl. That was my favorite. Because I had no idea that one. The bread girl, and everybody knows about the evens and odds.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to check my bread ties for that one as well.
Do you even eat on the plane, or are you too nervous?
No, I nervously eat. It's a very odd thing. Like
you gain weight like Deanna DeGarmo did during this season. While she's on TV, she put on about 15 pounds. Go back and look at her in Hawaii when she made the show. I swear it's going to be 15 pounds different.
Yeah, when I'm on the plane, I divvy up the flight in different time increments. So as soon as I get my meal, I kind of like just chew through it just out of nerves, and I eat that way. And I have to drink my drink real fast too to get it done with.
Save your peanuts for the crash. That's my thing. So then, when you're crashing, you can have some salty peanuts. All right, we're going to come back and talk a little old school with the heckler, Fezzy, because the heckler sent me a website devoted to Julie Newmar, the first Catwoman, and Julie Newmar was so damn hot back in the 60s.
I dare you to describe her without using the word statuesque.
I can't. I can't believe you just got me on a dare. Normally. All right, I'll try it right now. Ready?
Yes.
Paul. That's all I got. You dared me, I did it. Statuesque. I don't know if I could use that. If I wanted to, I would not know where it went into the sentence. You crazy bastard. All right, so we'll talk a little old school chicks. And we'll actually ask everybody on the show, when we come back, of course, Fez, you can step out of this one if you want to, but who is an old school chick that just drives you wild? If you'd like to call in on this, 866-277-4969, the old pinups, 866-277-4969, Ron and Fez.